Don't you just love the way technology in cars is evolving? It is so cool. If you think about it, isn't that amazing? Our cars can tell us now if we're drifting out of a lane, if someone in front of us stops or starts. It's just the coolest thing ever. I think it's freaking amazing. It's actually inspired me to think about how can we create a personal dashboard for ourselves to check our own energy levels. If we're too hot and we need to cool down, or if we're not well balanced and we need to take better care of ourselves, or the tank in our gas is low. So I've created a new model which I really want to explain and share with you, and you're invited to download it as well. Then you can play with it yourself. So on the dashboard, I begin with stress and performance. And we know that if we don't have enough stress, life is kind of boring, actually. It's too calm. And if we have too much stress, it impacts performance because we get overly stressed and into the burnout range. So we want to be in peak performance or flow, which is right at the ideal place where work is energizing, is fun, and feels effortless. Where are you today with your work? Are you in flow or not? Second, I want you to think about balance and think about how are you doing with life-work harmony? Does your personal life need attention, or are you taking good care of yourself? How about your professional life? Are you taking care of yourself there, or does it need attention? Or worse, is either area in the red and you are at risk? Next, I want you to think about your energy level. So think about physical energy, mental energy, and if you have reserves built up. If you've been running on empty too long, your reserves are going to be low and you could be headed for a crash. The next area I want you to think about is overall well-being. This is an area where we actually can very much control and take charge of how we feel physically with our choices around nutrition, activity, moving our body and exercise, and getting enough sleep. If you had to rank yourself in these three areas, how are you doing? Think about your mental health. Are you motivated? How focused are you? When we're tired and exhausted, our motivation is low and our focus is all over the place. How engaged are you with what you're currently working on? How would you rank yourself there? Finally, I like to think about the emotional guidance scale. And if you haven't seen this before, it's split into two areas. There's an upward spiral with emotions that bring us up into total freedom, joy, knowledge, love, gratitude are at the very top. Financial freedom, time freedom tend to be at the very top of the emotional guidance scale. And the lower half is this downward spiral. The emotions that live here are anger, resentment, frustration, irritation, all the way down to the very bottom, which is hopeless and helpless. It's when you feel things are never going to get any better and there's nothing you can do about it. Ideally, we want to live in the top half of the emotional guidance scale. So notice your emotions today. Are they pulling you upward in an exciting way, or are they pulling you down in a heavy, overwhelmed, frustrated, or angry way? So I invite you to download this personal dashboard. Take yourself seriously and treat yourself like you are the number one best asset that you are. Because the truth is, who you are and what we can do with our minds and our bodies is freaking amazing.